Okay, here we go with a video on assignment 3, creating a preliminary schedule. And I'm going to break this video down into parts, just like the parts of the assignment here. So part 1, 2, 3, and 4. But before I get into any of the parts, I want to put a pitch here into the extra credit opportunity. And I want to just talk about that for a second because I really believe this extra credit opportunity can help you with this assignment and also assignment number 4. So let's go to that. Okay, here it is. It's 12 points, which actually is a fair number of points given the total number of points for the course. And it's broken down into steps here. Step 1 is accessing lynda.com from a county library. And I have a demo for my post to do this. So that's, you just click the link. Then if you don't live in a county library system, one of the big county libraries here in the metro area, one of the big counties in the metro area, you can still get I think it's a 10-day sign-up trial with lynda.com, and that 10 days should be enough to help you through the class here, remain part of the class, to get up to speed with Microsoft Project. And then once you log in, just go to from the search bar, type in Microsoft Project 2016 Essential Training, and then simply just review these videos, or it's broken down into modules. First module is working with project, kind of an overview of it. Second module is setting up project files, and then creating tasks and linking and timing tasks. There's more to it than that. There's more to the essential training than that, but just watching those 4 modules will really get you up to speed and get you familiar with the package. Okay, let's go back to the assignment. Okay, here we are again, creating a preliminary schedule, 35 points. So broadly what we're doing is gathering project information, creating tasks, a work breakdown schedule, and then assigning resources to the tasks. And so let's just talk about part 1 for a second here, and let's spend a little bit of time on that. Part 1, identifying the project and create a calendar, 5 points. So create a new project in Microsoft Project, give the project a name, and customize the project calendar to fit the specifics of your project. You might not have to customize, but I want you to know how to do it if indeed you need to for the specifics of your project. So let me jump into Microsoft Project and show you how to proceed with this. Okay, here I am back at the assignment, and what I'm going to do here, just bear with me on this. It might take a while, probably will take a while, but I'm going to toggle back and forth from the assignment into Microsoft Project for each one of these bullet points. That way, we can get into the nitty-gritty detail, and I'll try not to lose anybody. So here we go. Part 1, create a new project in MS Project. So I'm going to jump in and do that. Here I am. Microsoft Project has just opened up, and I got some options here. There's some templates that are really pretty good, very good actually. Or we can start with a blank project. I mean, realistically, you might want to do this or something like that. But I'm going to start with a blank project so you can see the detail behind all of it. So I'm just going to click a blank project, and up comes some date information, and here's a start date. Notice it has that blacked out or grayed out. Current date and status. Now that's not important, but this is very important. So the default here is calendar is standard, and I'm just going to click this, and then I might have to modify this, I might not, but I'm going to click it, and away we go. Okay, so now I have opened up a project. It says project 1 here, but that's really not saving anything or giving it a name. So I'm going to give this project a name, and that's simple. I'm just going to go File, Save As, and I'm going to put this into a folder mine, and this is on my hard drive, and I'm going to go Projects, and I'm just going to notice that here's Project 1 MPP. I'm just going to take that out, and I'm going to call this Addition, in addition to a home. So here we go. I'm going to save it. And notice up here it says addition. So cool. We have created a new project in Microsoft Project. We've given the project a name. And now I'm going to do this. And let me toggle back to this. Okay, so I've already created a new project in MS Project. I've given the project a name. In this one, customize the project calendar to fit the specifics of your project. So let's walk through that a little bit. There's a few steps here. Okay, all of scheduling essentially is based on a calendar. The calendar needs to be right. If the calendar's off, well, guess what? Your schedule is going to be off. So that's just it's the base calendar. So how we can change that if we need to is like this. Notice how I'm toggling back and forth and how the screen changes. This is the main menu here, and we're going to be going through some of these. So when you're in Microsoft Project, you want to hit this. You want to hit the Project tab, and that brings you here. You got then you want to do this. You want to go hit Change Working Time, and I'm in 2016. Microsoft Project 2016. Maybe you're in a different version, but find this thing right here. It should be essentially the same or very similar. So change working time. Okay, let me bring this down. This can be a little tricky. This is where the lynda.com videos really help. She does a great job of explaining this, and she's an expert at this. So I really recommend watching it. But let's just take a quick look here. So the things that are in gray are non-working days. And notice this over here, working time on April 15th, which is the one that's highlighted. It says from 8 to 12, an hour lunch from 1 to 5. And sort of standard business working hours. And notice that that non-working hours on Saturday and also Sunday. And maybe that works for you. Maybe that works for your project. If it does, leave it alone. It's called standard project calendar. If that's what it is, it's what it is. Fair enough. You don't have to change it for this assignment, but I want to show you how to do this if you need to. And with this project that I'm going over here, it's an addition, actually a basement addition, and there's going to be standard hours that apply, but also some non-standard hours from this from this calendar for the basement addition. And the homeowner is going to work on this project over on Saturdays. Part of it's going to be done by contractors, but part of it is going to be done on Saturdays. So really, we need to change this. I need to change this calendar. So that's what I'm going to do. So bear with me here while I walk you through it. Okay, step one is just to create a new calendar. And it's going to be a copy of the standard calendar, and I'm going to call this addition. And I'm just going to hit OK. All right, nothing's changed. Notice nothing's changed because I haven't changed any of the specifics. So what I need to do here is notice where my cursor is going. These are exceptions. Now I'm going to hit this thing called work weeks. And I'm going to watch the cursor, as they say. Now, so I hit work weeks. Again, I went here. It's defaulting here. I'm hitting work weeks. Now it says default. And now I click details. And now it says set up work time for this. So I'm going to go to Saturday. And I'm going to say, okay, you know what, guess what? Bummer, but I need to work Saturdays to get this addition done with. And I'm just going to do standard work. I'm not going to kill myself, but I'm going to work from 8 to noon and from 1 to 5. Okay, fair enough. And let's see what happens when we do that. Look what happened. Now this is white. Saturday's whited out. It is in fact a work day, and I can tell just by going that it's the same time. Working time for April 16th. There we go. It's the same working time as for the 15th. The standard calendar doesn't have that, but this calendar called Addition does have that. So that's what I'm going to run with. Okay, and I'm going to have to toggle this up. I want you to see this. So, okay, I did that, and then I need to, and I hope you should be able to see this. Get that up. So then what I've done is it's just simple. Just hit OK, and away you go. There it is. There it is, sort of. It's in the background, but I want to make sure it applies to this addition project. So this is a critical step. So again, I'm back here. See it with the main menu here. Now I'm toggling here. I'm going back to make sure we're in project. Then I hit this icon called project information, and this is where we need to change it. We need to apply it. So calendar says standard, but it really needs to be addition. And so I hit OK. And then just for fun, I'm just going to go back to make sure if those changes were applied. And yes, they were, as I toggle through here. Saturday is there. We're good. We're golden. Good. Perfect. We've accomplished part 1 of the assignment. Let me go back now to part 2. Okay, I'm in the assignment again. Again, we went over part 1. We did those. That's 5 points. Now let's see what we have to need to do. 15 points. Okay. Now we got it set up. We got the right calendar set up. We got it named. Now it's time to get busy. It's time to work. We need to create 10 to 15 tasks for the project. The tasks should be auto-scheduled. At least 2 summary tasks categories should be utilized, and preliminary time estimates for each task should be identified. Also, successor tasks should be identified. Okay, so I've been talking here for almost 12 minutes. You might want to do this. You might want to just stop this video, mess around with the calendar, make sure that's up and going, then come back to this when you're ready. It could be another day, it could be later in the day, or whatever it is. But it's important when we learn software to not do too much too soon. So feel free to take a break and just come back to where this is in the video and have at it again when we're ready to proceed. Okay, but I'm going to go forward right now. So let's go back to the assignment, or let's go back to Microsoft Project. Okay, I'm in Microsoft Project, and before we were here, now we need to be here. Tasks. So I'm going to hit the Task tab. Whole interface change. And also, if yours interface doesn't include this Gantt chart right here, make sure you click this button here so that this shows up on the side. So in the assignment, I asked you to do auto scheduling, and this occurs right here. Is this task mode? Talks a little bit about that. But what I'm going to do initially is I'm just going because this is kind of how it works. So I'm just going to list the tasks to complete this addition. So I'm just going to schedule these things initially in manual just to put this stuff down. I'm just writing the tasks down. So let's see. I need to tape the walls. I'm not going to worry about the days right now. What else do I need to do? Oh, I guess I need to add mud and what else? Sand. And I'm going to go through here and put these tasks in, and I'm going to come back to you because this video is already getting long. So hold on. Okay, here I am. Again, I want to emphasize, if you need to take a break from this, take a break and come back. All right, so here we go. So here I've identified 10 tasks, and let me toggle down here. And so these are really the tasks to kind of finish this addition up. So you notice right here, I want to show you a couple things. This is the name of the project. It has a 0 next to it. It says addition, and it's got a task mode. This is automatic schedule task, but it's just kind of all the task numbers follow behind it. This is 0 needed. Okay, well now I can start to kind of figure it out. This is manual. Again, you just kind of use manual when you just want to put stuff down, and then you start working through some details. So I'm going to change each one of these to, and of course you could do this at the get-go, but I just like to use manual at first and then start worrying about how I'm going to schedule them. So now I am worrying about how I'm going to schedule this stuff, and so here I go. I'm just changing task mode to auto schedule. Okay, we're all auto schedule. And the default is 1 day. I wish, I wish I could do all these or get all this done in 1 day, right? So let's kind of take a look here. So we're in the task mode. This Gantt chart is clipped, is here, and it gives a time frame here, and I'm toggling back and forth. I have 10 tasks, and I have this thing called here audition. It says 2 days, and I'm not quite sure what that means. And I got all these tasks. Let's go back to the assignment and see where we're at with that. Okay, here we are, part 2, tasks should be auto-scheduled. I just did that. At least 2 summary tasks, categories should be utilized. I'm going to use more. Then preliminary time estimates for each task should be identified, and successor tasks should be identified as well. So let's work through each of those. Okay, this list of 10 really will make more sense to me if I break it into 4 categories. In the first category, I'm going to break these tasks into is walls. All the tasks associated with walls for this edition. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to go summary. See where I'm up here? Again, I'm in this tab tasks. The Gantt chart is selected, so I see this here, and then I'm going to hit summary. Okay, new summary task. Well, cool. I'm going to add walls as a category for this list. Okay, I added walls, and now I got tape and mud and sand. Those are really the 3 tasks associated with walls. So I want here's the summary, then I want the task to be indented, and that's straightforward. I just go up here and I hit mud, that goes like that, and I hit sand. Now I'm going to add their other categories and indent them, and I'm going to come back to you when that's done. There's no reason for you to watch me do that, so hold on, I'll be back in a minute or 2. Okay, here I am. I'm back. Anyway, so here we go. These tasks are organized. Here's the whole project, edition, 0. All the tasks are identified. Notice even these summary tasks take a number. We'll get into that a little bit later. But so I have walls, tape, mud, sand, and again I move. If you want to move these over, toggle them over. For me, in my mind, it makes more sense to do that. I can go back, of course, but I don't want to because that throws it all off. So walls, tape, mud, however you want to do that there. So to me, this makes the most sense. Okay, and if you're doing something here, like just happened to me, you can just always go up here, undo, whatever, to get back to what where you want it. But walls, tape, mud, sand, that's a category. That's a summary. Floors, it's just 1. Carpet, and then carpentry, that's just 4 there. Window trim, baseboard, hang doors, chrome molding, and then finishing touches, ceiling fan, granite. Okay, so let me go back to the assignment, see where we're at, and see how far we've come. But obviously, it just looks better already. This starts to make sense. Okay, I can start to wrap my mind around it. And you're probably also wondering, well, you know what? I need to move this. Say you needed to move this up there. I don't, but let's just say I did. How could I do that? You know, it's like, come on, how do I get that up there? It's pretty simple. It's very simple. Just highlight the whole row, and then when this changes to kind of a four points like that, not like this, but like this, then you can move it around. I don't need it to be like that. I just need it like that. But the only way I can do that and move it around is if I highlight the whole row. And then it's easy. Then I can just move it wherever I want. So you might want one of these to go up there, whatever. But that's how you do it. Okay, now, so what do we got here? Part 2. Tasks should be auto-scheduled. They are, at least they're started to be. At least 2 summary task categories should be utilized. In this example, there's 4, but for yours, you need at least 2. And then let's take these, grab these next 2. Preliminary time estimates for each task should be identified, and successor tasks should be identified. And this thing, hint, you should utilize the Gantt chart mode for this part of the assignment. You need to be in the Gantt chart mode for this to actually visually make sense for you. So let's go back to this example and ding off these 2 bullet points here. Okay, the best way to think about this, I think, anyway, is got a little mess up here. Is to think about. So I'm in. Here's the addition, and here's the name of the project. You can't go here, and it doesn't let you do this. You can't go. I think this whole project's going to take 90 days. Da da da. Come on. Why can't I hit this? It doesn't work like that. A bunch of pops of stuff. It doesn't work like that. Here's how it works. So you gotta take each one of these tasks and sort of wrap your mind around them. And what I like to do here is just let's see. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna go. I think the walls are gonna take. I'm just gonna take a guess. And that's all we're doing right now. Just sort of an educated guess. Let's see. I'm gonna get these walls done in. Let's call it. 14 days or so. Let's go 10 days. Okay, that's cool. Notice what happened here over here. This summary little line here that went out 10 days, 10 working days. So cool. That's cool. Working days according to your schedule, your calendar that you set earlier. And so now let's go. How many days to tape? Taping stinks. It does. All right. Well, whatever. Let's go. I think that's going to be 4. Yeah, let's do 3. And that's going to do mudding. Well, that's 3 more. Well, let's call it 4. Sanding. That is going to be one heck of a day. We'll leave it at that. Okay. I'm not changing any of these starts yet. Because for me, when I do this, I just like to break it down into components. It's easier for me to think about. You might want to do it a different way. That's up to you. Whatever works for you. But this is how I do it. Carpet 1 day. Yeah, I'm going to hire someone. They're going to come in there on 1 day and do it. Yeah, good for them. Knock yourself out. Carpentry. Let's see. There's 4 things here. There's window trim, baseboard, hang doors, crown mold. Man, this looks like a month. I bet. I bet. It might even be, since I got to do part of this myself, justify all the tools I bought, I'm going to say this is going to take me, I'm going to say, what? I'm just going to put it way out there. I don't need no pressure to finish this thing. I'm going to put it out there at 45 days. Yeah, perfect. Window trim. Not very good at it. All right. Call that 10. Let's see, baseboard. Well, baseboard, that's easier. 6. Hang doors. Yikes, you kidding me? 3. And crown molding. That's the worst. I gotta count in the time I have to go back to Menards or Home Depot to get more crown molding because I messed it up the first time. Anyway, so that's that. So I said 45 days. Well, maybe it's not 45 days. Maybe it's 10, 6, whatever that is. It's all added up over here. It looks like I maybe way overestimated this, but I don't care. I'm gonna worry about that in a bit here. Final touches: granite countertop. Someone's going to come in and install that in a day. Ceiling fans, I have an electrical guy. He's going to come in and install it for a day. So there I got some preliminary, just kind of eyeballing it, preliminary estimates. And look at this. It said 45 days here, which is with this longest part right here. Yeah, maybe I should change that. I'm going to say this might not take 45 days. You kidding me? I'm quicker than I thought I was at this. We'll call it 37 just for fun. And all of a sudden what happened up here? So it went to 37 days. Okay, cool. That's cool. It's not, we don't have any enough for this to be a schedule yet, because we haven't identified, we have done bullet point 3, which is, let me go back to this. Hold on. Okay, we went and did preliminary tasks. We got tasks, we got a schedule of these 2 summary task categories. We got 4 preliminary task time estimates should be identified. There we go. Now let's do this last thing. We're going to be done with part 2, and that's successor tasks should be identified. And guess what? I've already talked for like 26 minutes, and I'm not going to do parts 3 and 4 with this video. I'll create another one, because come on, you can only concentrate on this stuff for so long. So let me do this last one. Successor tasks should be identified, and we'll be done with this video, and then take a break, okay? Do me a favor, take a break, and then I'll create another video that you can watch for parts 3 and 4. So let's go and get this last one. Successor tasks should be identified. Okay, to apply the predecessors, it's a little bit tricky, but not a big deal. We'll work through it here. So here's what I want you to do. So hit right click essentially anywhere on the screen and hit show split. So it should be, so now it's I go like this, I go show split, this comes up again. I'm just anywhere here, and I'm right clicking and I'm going show split. There's other ways to get at this, but this is the easiest. And now you got this thing on the bottom here. And this is how you identify successor tasks or predecessor tasks. You can do it in a couple different ways, but I'm gonna do it like this. So yeah, I'm looking at this. I want to show what follows and what's the logical flow here. And so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say, well, the first thing is mud. Okay. That makes sense. First thing for this subgroup is mud. So, or is tape. And first thing is tape, then you mud. There we go. We call this. We call this right here. That is. I want to put tape here. Okay, you can call it tape, and away you go. Call it 3. Oh, sorry. Tape is not 3; it's actually 2. See that? Tape is 2. That's why when I put 3 in here, it goes, no, it's not. It's activity 2. Tape. And notice I didn't do anything with the summary. That's not part of this. It's just a summary. It's not the actual task. So ID is 2. That's a predecessor. And I'm just going to click OK. Notice this, what happened. So this went from here, and it's saying, okay, next thing, mud. Next thing, sand. And so all these different lines will be connected. And so I'm going to do one more, and then we'll be done here. Then we'll have part 2 of this assignment done. So I'm going to go sand. I'm hitting sand. And okay, what's the predecessor to sand? Well, that's actually mud. So that's 3. And I'm getting that right there. And then when I click here, the predecessor name, it is mud. Click to just toggling across, and now I got it that, right? Now I got that. Bam, bam, bam. And no need for me to go through all of this, but that's it. That's how you apply successors, and you do it through this way. So that's it. Thanks for hanging in there with me with this video. Again, I'll create another one for parts 3 and 4 of the assignment. You know, this stuff isn't that hard. It just takes time and effort to mess around with it. Okay, talk to you soon.